Hello everyone, welcome to this comprehensive video on Azure AI language service with Python. In this video, I will show you how to build an intelligent application that can analyze and understand human language. We will cover everything from initial setup to advanced text capabilities. At first, we will explore our Azure AI language service. Then we will explore Python SDK and understand how text analytics work. We will understand sentiment analysis, key phrase extraction, entity recognition, and language detection. Finally, we will explore advanced capabilities such as PII detection. Before we begin, make sure you have Python 3.7 or later is installed, you have an Azure account, free tier will work fine for it, you have VS Code or any Python IDE. The knowledge of Python is beneficial but not required. So let us dive into fascinating world of natural language processing. Let us begin by exploring Azure AI language service. You can see I have opened the Azure portal, which is the web-based management for all Azure services. Here I have already created and configured one Azure language service instance. I have created a service instance called Purple Skill Language Service. For this service, I have used East US as the location where our service physically resides. I am using free tier as a pricing tier, which is enough for demo and education purpose. Here I click on keys and endpoint. We can see we have two keys and one endpoint. The endpoint URL is the address our code will use to send a request. We have two API keys, key 1 and key 2. These work like secure passwords. For our application, you need only one key, but having two allows for rotation of the keys without downtime. Never share these keys publicly or never commit them to any version control tool. It is always better to store them in secure .env file. It is always better to store them securely in environment variable file. Now let us explore our Python project structure. I have opened VS Code, which is our development environment. You can see our project structure in the Explorer panel. Let me walk you through each file and explain its purpose. Let us start with readme.md file. This file contains our project documentation and setup instruction. Every good project should have readme file that explain what the project does, how to set it up, and how to use it. This file is important for NLP projects where functionalities are not immediately obvious. Next, we have requirements.txt file. This file lists all the Python packages our project depends on. When someone clones our project, they can run pip install -r requirements.txt command to install all these packages automatically. Here we have many important packages. Let us understand. For example, we have Azure AI Text Analytics, which is the main SDK for language service text analytics. We have python_.env. This is used for loading environment variables securely. We have also installed Pandas and NumPy for data processing and analysis. We have Matplotlib and 𝐮𝐫𝐿. They are used for creating visualization of our text analytics result. The next important file is .env file. Let me open it. This serves as a template for environment variables. The env file keeps our secret separate from our code. You can see here we have provided our Azure language service endpoint and key. This file should never be committed to your version control tool. Next, we have config.py file. This script handles loading and validating our configuration. Here we use load_.env function to load environment variables from our .env file. This pattern is the best practice for handling sensitive data in any application. It loads the endpoint and key from environment variables and validates they exist. This validation prevents runtime errors if credentials are missing or incorrectly configured. Now let us look at step 1, setup.py file. This script tests our connection to Azure AI language service. The key parts here are importing the text analytics client from the Azure SDK, creating a client instance with our credentials, and making a simple API call to verify the connection works and to test language detection. This script helps us catch configuration issues early before we try to run complex text analysis operations. Hey friends, make sure you just keep on implementing this thing. You have the GitHub URL in the description. So even what you can do, first you clone the project, open the project in your environment and go through it as I am speaking or as I am describing. So yes, the next is step 2, text analysis.py file. This is where we dive into sentiment analysis and key phrase extraction. First we import necessary modules including sentiment analysis and key phrase extraction capabilities. Here is the client creation. We use our config module to get credentials and create text analytics client instance. This client handles all communications with the Azure Language Service endpoint. You can see our simple text, or also say this is our sample text. It says, I love using Azure AI service. They make development so much easier and more. The analyze sentiment method is the core function here. We pass it our text documents and get back detailed sentiment analysis. Here we get overall sentiment, confidence score, and sentence level analysis. To identify the main topics and things in the text, here we have created the extract key phrases method. We have the sample text here. We call extract key phrases method and pass this sample text to that method. Do not forget these error handling tips, friends. We wrap API calls to handle network issues and invalid requests gracefully. Step 3 is entity recognition. So here I am going to open step 3 entity recognition.py file that implements named entity recognition and language detection. This is more sophisticated text analysis that identifies specific entities in text. Here we call recognize entities function and pass our sample text to this function. This method identifies people, location, dates, and other entity types in text. Each entity comes with a confidence score and category classification. Next, we have detect language function. Again here, after creating client, we have our sample text. Look at this sample text. We have it in different languages. And we use detect language method that can identify the language of text from over 120 supported languages. And you know what? It makes it perfect for multilingual applications. We also have personally identified information detection known as PII detection, which is crucial for data privacy and compliances. This can detect phone numbers, addresses, credit card details, and other information. The step 4, advanced analysis.py file demonstrates comprehensive text processing that combines multiple features. This shows how you would build enterprise-level text processing pipelines. The code structure combines sentiment analysis, entity recognition, key phrase extraction, and language detection into single comprehensive analysis. This is how you would process your document or content in a real-world application. Look at this long text. This we are going to use for summarization. Using extract key phrases, we extract key phrases as a form of summarization first. Now, for the exciting part, let us see all these things in an action. So I am going to run it in my integrated terminal of VS Code. Let us first start by testing our connection. So let me run python step1 setup.py file. Excellent. Our connection is successful. We can see that our configuration is loaded correctly and we are successfully authenticated with Azure AI language service. We can also see that the language detection is working perfectly fine. It identifies English text with the high confidence. This confirms our credentials are valid and our network connection is also working. Now, I will run step 2 text-analysis.py file for sentiment analysis and to extract key phrases. Look at this amazing result, guys. The AI has analyzed multiple text samples with different sentiments. For the positive text about Azure AI services, we get sentiment as positive with a score of approximately 99%. You can see it also provides confidence scores for all other categories such as neutral as well as negative. The negative text about weather gets correctly identified as negative with 99% confidence. That means the AI understands the emotional context and the language nuances. The neutral text also gets classified perfectly as neutral with 100% confidence. This shows the AI can distinguish between factual statement and emotional content. This key phrase extraction result is equally impressive, friends. Look at the phrases it extracted from our text about Azure language service. We have phrases like Azure, AI language service, natural language processing, key phrase extractions, sentiment analysis, understanding, analyzing, text, and etc. These phrases capture the main concept and topics which makes it perfect for content summarization, search indexing, and topic classification. For entity recognition and language detection, I will run step 3 entity recognition.py file. This is incredible, friends. Look at the detailed entity recognition. The AI identified people like Bill Gates, Paul Allen, and Satya Nadella with perfect confidence scores. It has also recognized Microsoft Corporation as an organization. It found locations like Redmond and Seattle and properly categorized them as cities. Look at this date-time recognition. It is very sophisticated. It identified April 4, 1975 as a specific date and 2021 as a date range. It even recognized $7.5 billion as a currency amount. The language detection is also working perfectly across multiple languages. Here we have English language with confidence .82. We have French with confidence 100. We also have Spanish, German, Japanese, and Russian with confidence 100. And you know, friends, this is excellent for global applications and content processing. The PII detection is particularly important for data privacy. Look how it identified personal names, physical addresses, email addresses, social security numbers, and credit card numbers from the sample text. Each detection comes with confidence scores, allowing you to set thresholds for your privacy protection needs. Finally, let us explore comprehensive text analytics. This demonstrates the full power of Azure AI language service working together. For that, Let me run step 4, advanced analysis.py file. The text summarization extracts your key concept from a long document, identifying the most important phrases and topics. This is perfect for document summarization and content analysis. The comprehensive analysis shows multiple features working together. Here we have sentiment analysis, which also identifies positive sentiment with 99% confidence, key phrase extraction, finding important business terms, entity recognition, identifying companies, people, technologies, and language detection, confirming English with perfect confidence. This kind of comprehensive analysis is heavily used in real-time applications such as customer feedback collection, analyzing documents, or building intelligent content management applications. So congratulations! With this, we have successfully implemented Azure AI language service with Python. Don't forget to clone your copy from the given GitHub URL. You can try it with your own sample text and document. Make sure you have an Azure account. The free tier will work fine, or you can say the free subscription will work fine for this demo. You need Python 3.7 or later, or VS Code or any other Python IDE.